Okay, so this patient's come into the clinic today with a pretty painful lesion under the fifth metatarsal head. So the fifth metatarsal head is the bony lump that sits behind the fifth toe. So this is not an uncommon spot to get a callus build-up, but this is a particularly nasty corn under this one. So we go ahead and debride it just to make sure that it is a corn before we actually start to core that one out. And you can see that as we cut through it, there's no blood vessels. It's not particularly painful at all. The patient might feel a little bit of pressure here, but no real sharp pain. So we keep going ahead, debride down as much as we can because that gives us a really good look at either the shape of the corn and the depth of the corn. And sometimes we use a little bit of rubbing alcohol to see through the callus so we can actually see what we're cutting there. We just go ahead and keep cutting down through that until we get to the point where the callus is sort of level with the living skin. And then we know that's about as far as we can get just by general debridement, and then we'll have to core that out. So we'll just keep going down and down and down in this one. The more of that surrounding callus we get away, the longer this will take to grow back. So then we're at that limit of where we can actually debride the general callus away now. And you can see it's got this really well demarcated corn in the center there. So we go ahead and cut it out between the living and dead tissue. You can actually see on this one, between the living and dead, there's that little white, almost like a shadow around the edge. And this is just where the tissue fluid's been squeezed out of the skin by the hardness of the corn. It's almost like a maceration you get from if you've spent too long in the bathtub. So we can really easily just cut around that edge, and then we just core that central section out. And this one doesn't look like it's going to come out all in one piece. We're going to have to get this in multiple layers, which is not as satisfying to actually watch, but it's a lot less likely to be painful if we take it out in little sections for the patient. So we just keep going here deeper and deeper, and you can actually see once we've gotten deep enough on this, you'll actually be able to see that you get like a fingerprint pattern on the skin on the foot once we've cut deep enough out of the central section. So we'll just keep going out, keep taking those edges down, and you can see we've removed the central corn and the surrounding tissue.